Welcome to the Explainer. If you're an eBay seller, you probably have a number in your head for what you pay in fees. But what if I told you that number is probably wrong? Like, really wrong. Today, we're going to follow the money to see what a sale on eBay actually costs. So what is the real number? To figure this out, we need to trace every single penny, all the way from the buyer's pocket to the seller's bank account. And trust me, that journey itself tells a really surprising story. 13%. This is the number everyone knows, right? It's the standard final value fee. Seems pretty straightforward, but is that the whole story? Well, as we're about to find out, it's not even close. To really get what's going on, let's forget about abstract percentages for a minute. Instead, we're going to follow the cash from a single, simple sale. This cool little vintage wind-up toy from 1983. This toy is perfect because it lets us track every single cent as it moves through the eBay system. It all starts with the list price. Okay, so the seller lists the toy for $29.99. This is the money they actually expect to get for the item itself. Now, keep this number in your head. It's going to be the anchor for everything we calculate. But of course, the buyer pays more than just the item price, right? You've got shipping, you've got sales tax. So the total amount of money that actually flows into eBay for this sale isn't $29.99, it's $39.89. And this right here is where things start to get really interesting. So just watch how this money moves. eBay gets the full $39.89 from the buyer. Now, here's the crucial part. They take their fee out of that total amount. So after the fee is gone and the seller pays for the shipping label, what are they left with? Just $24.36 for the item they sold. All right, let's go back and look at that fee again. The seller paid $5.63 on an item they were only trying to sell for $29.99. So let's figure out what that fee percentage really is based only on the cash for the item itself, ignoring the other stuff like shipping and tax. We're going to call this the cash final value fee, or cash FVF for short. By measuring the fee against just the item's price, we get a way clearer picture of what the sale is truly costing the seller. It cuts out all the noise. And the formula here is super simple. You just take the total fees you paid and you divide it by the item's original list price. That's it. So, for our little wind-up toy, that's the $5.63 in fees divided by the $29.99 item price. And there you have it. The actual fee rate on the cash from this sale wasn't 13%. It was almost 19%. Why? Because eBay takes their cut from the total payment, including the shipping and the tax, which just inflates the fee rate you're paying on your item. So, that nearly 19% cash FVF is already a bit of a shock compared to the 13% everyone talks about. But believe it or not, we are just scratching the surface. That final value fee, it's only one piece of a much, much bigger puzzle. When you're selling on eBay, you can run into a whole menu of other costs. You've got ad fees for promoted listings, upgrade fees for stuff like a bold title, international fees, store subscription fees. There are even penalty fees if your performance drops. So what happens when you take all those other potential costs and add them to the final value fee over, say, an entire year? Well, the data shows that a typical seller is actually paying somewhere between 30 and 35% of their total sales right back to eBay in fees. This chart really puts it all into perspective. Let's look. On the one hand, you have the fee everyone thinks they're paying, 13%. Then you have the actual cash fee on our little toy, which was closer to 19%. And then you have the all-in reality for an active seller, a massive 30 to 35%. Okay, so this is the crucial point. What do you do with this information? Look, the goal here isn't to scare you away from selling. It's to empower you to build a smarter, more profitable business, because now you understand your true costs. And this quote just gets right to the heart of it. That gap, the gap between the 13% people expect and the 35% they actually pay, that's a huge problem. It's that hidden 20% loss that makes so many new sellers feel like they're just spinning their wheels. And frankly, it's why a lot of them just quit. But here's the big takeaway. You have to stop thinking of that 35% as some surprising painful hit at the end of a sale. Instead, start thinking of it as a predictable cost of doing business, just like you would your rent or any other utility. It's a number you can and absolutely should plan for. So how do you actually build a profitable business knowing that the fees are going to be around 35%?
Well, the answer isn't found when you're making a sale. It's found way, way before that, at the very beginning of your process.
And here's the secret. Source accordingly. It's that simple. Don't wait to get surprised by the fees when you make a sale. No, you plan for them from day one. When you're out there looking for inventory, you build that 35% cost right into your math. Knowing your true all-in costs lets you buy smarter, it lets you price your items correctly, and it ensures that every single sale you make is actually profitable. And that is how you turn this knowledge into a real-world advantage.